Okay, so the first thing I want to mention is we got a new channel on YouTube dedicated to the Monday Reset, and it's live. It's ready to go. If you were subscribed on the previous channel, please go over here and subscribe to the new channel. If you're not subscribed at all, then I would appreciate you to subscribe. Every Monday, we have a new episode where we talk to business owners, leaders, entrepreneurs who are looking to make a big impact in their business. No matter what happened to you the last week, no matter how derailed you got, on Monday, we're here to get you set up on the right track, ready to move forward every single week. So today I want to talk to you about decisions. It doesn't matter what type of business you're in, old or new, finance, tech, healthcare, it doesn't matter. Every leader in every business faces the same thing every single day, and that is decisions. Whether you're going to do this or you're going to do that, it doesn't matter. If you cannot make decisions or you cannot make them in a timely manner, you're not going to succeed, or your competitors are going to beat you into the ground. In order to be an effective business, an effective leader, but also outside of business, in order to be an effective father, husband, whatever it is, whatever role you play, teacher, coach, mentor, you need to be able to make decisions, and you need to be able to make them quickly. Now, there's two types of decisions. There's permanent and there's temporary. I got this from Jeff Bezos, who's huge on decision makings and how he trains his leaders and how he runs his companies. You have to be able to make decisions. So he categorizes them into two different things, either temporary or permanent. A temporary decision is something that you can decide on, a decision you can make that's easily reversible or is just for the short term. In other words, it's not a huge deal. Whereas with a permanent decision, or when it's very difficult to reverse, that is a huge deal. So there's really only two types of decisions that you're going to be making. And what you should focus on is for those temporary or those easier decisions, you should look to make them as quickly as possible. Gather all the information you can, make the decision, get it out of the way, be done with it. With the permanent ones, obviously, you're gonna need more time. You're gonna need to be more deliberate in seeking out information to make sure you make the right one, but you should still set a deadline for those. Otherwise, it's not gonna get made. Failure to make decisions in a timely manner only slows down you and your business's progress. See, one of the reasons people have a hard time making decisions is because of fear. They're afraid of making the wrong decision. I coach a lot of people in sales, and every time I look at a sales call where someone did not buy or did not say yes, ultimately it was because they were afraid of making that decision, not because it was too much or it wasn't going to work or it wasn't for them or they didn't have the right decision makers on the call. Ultimately, the buyer did not buy because they could not make a decision. They were afraid to make a decision. They were afraid to commit. People are afraid to commit to an idea because they may end up being wrong or it may end up being the wrong idea. So I want you to think about it this way. Every time you make a decision based on the information that you have, I want you to know that it is a good decision. It is the best decision that you can make at the time with what you know. Now, 6 months down the road, 5 months down the road, whatever, if that ends up to bite you in the butt and it wasn't a good decision after all, you can't help that. You can only go off of what you knew at the time. If you could go back and change it, you would, but you can't. So you made a good decision at the time, which turned out to have a bad outcome. That's not the same as making a bad decision. Making no decision is just you choosing to keep things how they are. So this week, I challenge you, make your decisions faster, especially if they're temporary. You'll find that most of them are. Make your decisions faster, and your permanent ones, make them deliberate with a deadline. You will find that this makes you a more effective business leader, entrepreneur, agency owner, father, mentor, coach, teacher, whatever it is. All right. So get out there. Have a great week. I'll see you next week.